Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming my very exciting November TBR because it is Believathon, which is a readathon hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. I will of course leave all the information linked down below, but basically it is a readathon focused on reading children's and middle grade books, and I am participating. This will be my first Believathon, even though I have known about it for a while, just like my brain didn't participate in it because I had other plans or something. I don't even know why. Past excuses, this is sadly the last round, which will be my only round. And yeah, I looked at the old videos actually earlier this year, and I was very excited for Gavin to announce it now in November. I was sitting there ready, and I had no idea that there would be 30 reading challenges, because when I do a readathon I tend to just do all. And I was just sitting there I can't do 30 books in November. And then I decided, okay, I guess I am. So I'm doing every single challenge with a different book. Of course it is some books that are very easy to read, but some of them, a couple of them, most of them, I'm looking at my books right now, have a couple of 100 pages, but I would need to read ish a bit more than one book each day. It will be fine, I'm sure. It's not like I wanted to chill or anything. Who needs that? Also, of course, my main goal for this year was to read adult fantasy. This is not it. But I don't care, because I want to do Believathon at least once. And yeah, I picked up the books on my shelves that basically have been there for ages. I'm looking over at my books all the time. I don't know why, I'm sorry. I literally have scoured my middle grade books to read a lot that I already own, so that I didn't need to buy that many. Then I bought many even so, just because I didn't have enough books to fulfill the different prompts, and I wanted to buy books. It's two in one, you know. Also later I realized I had more books, and I was like, well, now I already bought them. So yeah, not all books has arrived yet. They weren't rooming in my mailbox. I'm waiting to get a pickup code thing, and I still haven't gotten it. So I will just show a picture of those, but they will be coming. I have a lot still here though. So yeah, I have basically 35 books on my TBR, because I need to read a few outside Believathon. I don't know why I did this to myself. I kind of want to cry and laugh at the same time, but hopefully I will do some sprints or participate in other people's sprints, something like that, so that I can actually read one day 4 or 5 books or something, so that I will be surviving. Okay, let's show you the books I'm gonna read before I go and cry in the other room. First of all, of course, I'm still doing Got a Thing for Season, which is my own reading challenge, which I do every single month. There's 4 books every month, and I need to still do that. So that's just 4 books on top of the other 30 books. So we have The Faes of Vengeance by Evan Winter, Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, An Emotion of Great Delight by Tara Murphy, and The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. Pretty sure I can read all of these in one day, except The Faes of Vengeance. We will see. I want to cry. Then I need to read Under the Whispering Door by T.G. Clune, which is the book of the month for Faes Engaged, which is the book club I'm co-hosting, where we read queer sci-fi and fantasy every single month. This one is our November book pick, which is obviously why I'm reading it. I have ordered a copy. Will it arrive? I don't know, but I do have it on ebook, so if not, I will still of course read it. I have to read it. So yeah, that's the 5th book. And yeah, now to the Believathon book. Just one little note is that I won't be reading a manga between every second book, which I usually do, because I just have so many books to read that would take such a short time, which means that I would literally have to have 15 mangas or something to be able to read in between every second one. I can't really calculate that. 16 maybe? And I don't have that, and I don't want to buy so many manga because it will be very expensive. So I'm just taking a break for this one readathon with the manga. And I will continue that in December, so then I will have time to buy some more, because I literally have 2. So yeah, okay, that's a note that for my usual reading. Also that, by the way, my TBR would be 40 books. So that, I don't want to deal with that, or 45 or something. I don't want to deal with that. I need to look at my phone. So we go through all the prompts, we see how it goes. There's 30 books. I haven't written down the whole card thing, because there's really pretty cards with a proper way to describe the prompts. I didn't write that down, and I don't have my computer right here, so I would just read a simple part of the prompt, because also we're gonna be here for ages, so it's okay. So the first challenge, number 1, is to read an adventure. So yeah, let's see. Where's the book? I'm sorry. For that, I have chosen The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan. This one is the first book in the King Chronicles, which is like the Rick Riordan series that is based on Egyptian mythology. And I just reread Percy Jackson for the purpose of this alone, so that I can continue with Rick Riordan books. And I have actually, let's be real, read this before in Norwegian in like 2012, which is a billion years ago. Like, my brain cannot comprehend, by the way, how long that is ago. So I definitely need to reread this, and also in English. And yeah, you receive a lot of Rick Riordan here, because I just realized that I want to read it all now. Number 2 is to read a book with a map. Then I am starting Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. This is the first book in that series. I had this for quite a long time. I've been wanting to read it. That's why I had it. And this one has a map. I will show it to you. Where is it? Here! So it fulfills the challenge. Also, like, it's like 400 pages. I think the other one's like 300-400 pages too. Me questioning all my life decisions right now. It's okay. Number 3 is to read a historical fiction, and for this one I have chosen My Life as an Ice Cream Sandwich by E.B. Soboy. This one is not here yet, but I have of course ordered it, and I'm waiting for it. And yeah, it's a historical fiction. I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, so I was really happy that it fit the challenge, and I was just like, perfect excuses. Number 4 is to read a book that has illustrations. For that, I'm reading a childhood favorite, and it also fits into that challenge later, and that is Mare Circus by Romeo Eliassen. This is a really short Norwegian children's series. Tons of illustrations that I of course can't find a single one. Here is one, and this one is by one of my favorite authors that made me love reading when I was a child. And this series is, like, as you can see, very short, so I will probably read this in like 20 minutes or something, which is what I need. You will see the rest of the series in the TBR. I'm just going in order of the challenges. But yeah, it's basically about this boy named Mare, and he can go into nightmares and kind of control dreams and stuff, and it's really beautiful and quite sad, and yeah, I love it though. The 5th challenge is to read an anticipated book, and for that I have chosen Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the first book in the Nevermore series, and it follows Morgan, who is like being cursed when she's 12, I think, 11, she is destined to die. And I have been hearing of this for many years now. I've had this copy for many years. I'm definitely very anticipated to read it since I had it for so long, and yeah, I've been wanting to read it for a really long time. I just have never actually fit it in my TBR, but here we are. Number 6 is to read a book set in a faraway place. For this I have chosen The Last Life of Prince Alistair, which is the sequel to The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. This one is Alexander Bracken's middle grade series, following this boy who has a demon inside of him. And I've been wanting to read the sequel to the first book for many years, finally doing it now. And this one, they go into a certain place in the end of the first book. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I can definitely say though, it's far away from here. So I thought about this, I was like, I want to read it now because it's been many years. I want to finish that duology. I feel like we're gonna be up ages, but I'm trying to go as fast as possible. We have number 7, which is to read a book featuring a sibling relationship, and for that I'm reading Demons of the Ocean, the first book in the White Pirates series. So I read 1, 2, 3 for many years ago in the library in Norwegian, and never translated and continued with the next books, and I didn't read it in English back then. And then I bought the 4th book in English from like Amazon, and it was like a big deal because I never bought books online and stuff. And then I never read it. Like, I never read it. I had it for years, the 4th book in the series. And now it's been so many years, I need to reread the whole series, and then I try to collect them in like those other editions, which is not these. And I used such a long time. I do have 1, 2, and 4 now, I think, but I never actually read them because I waited just. But I was planning to read them, I still have them, and then the other day I was searching for the editions, and then I saw that they got these last year, which I really like, and the other ones are so ugly, so now I bought these new ones just so I can read them now and have all matching ones. It's gonna be nice, and I don't know why I did this, but here we are. This is the first book in the series. It follows one set of twins, that's the sentence, and they kind of like go missing, and then one ends up in a pirate ship, and one ends up on a vampire ship, if I remember correctly. And I adored it, and I love this series so much, and I'm very excited to see how we will feel about it now and in the original language. And yeah, sibling relationship definitely though, because it literally follows a pair of twins, and yay. So number 8 is the continuing series. For that I am reading The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan, which is the first book in the Heroes of Olympus, which that continues the whole universe of Rick Riordan, you know, Camp Half-Blood and Raid the Demigods, and this one continues like the adventures of like Persian them. So it definitely is to continue a series. And yeah, challenge 9 is to read a book featuring water. And for that I have Tide of Terror, which is the second book in the vampire series. So they are on the ocean on ships. It's a lot of water. And yeah, this is only the 2 books that I'm gonna read in the series for this readathon, but I'm excited to perhaps next year actually just finish it finally after so many years. And yay! Number 10 is to read a book that was released in 2021, and for this I'm reading Our Shah and the City of Gold, which is the 4th book in the Our Shah series, or the Pandava, not quarters anymore, Pandava series, I don't know. And I have read all the other 3, and I've just been waiting ages to read the 4th one because I didn't order it when it came out, and then I just, you know, waited it off. But yeah, I love this. Roshan Chakshi, it's hilarious. This is so good. I love it so much. So very excited to actually read the 4th book and then be ready for the 5th and final book next year. Then challenge 11 was to read a book released before 2021, and for this I have chosen The Wizard of Wands Tries Magic, which is the 2nd book in this series. I read the 1st one now in October, and I was just like, well, let's continue because I have it, and I am probably going to listen to the audiobook and read it physical at the same time because I cannot not listen to David Tennant read it to me. But yeah, it didn't need to be a day I'd be able to sit down with it, but like, yeah, it was fine with the 1st book and it went pretty fast, so yay, very excited to continue. It was a really fun book, the 1st one. So challenge 12 is to read a book with a creature in the title. For that I have The Serpent's Shadow by Rick Riordan. This is the 3rd book in the Kane Chronicles. The 2nd book will come later. I'm just going in the order of the challenges. So yeah, this is the 3rd book. I will be reading this whole series in the month of November. That's cool. I feel like I have very many known middle grades that like everyone knows about, even if they don't read middle grade, but it's just like these are the ones I had and I want to read them. And I'm like, yeah, there's some not as known, but yeah, I was just thinking about it now. It's all fine though, as long as you read, who cares how popular it is, doesn't matter. Either way. Challenge 13 is to read an Own Voices book, and for this I'm reading The Insiders by Marcus Shiro, which I know have like LGBT rap, for example. That is Own Voices and other rap as well, and I am very excited for this. It looks adorable, and Marcus Shiro is a marvelous writer, so excited. Number 14 is to read a book from your childhood, and this is initially the series I want to read, so I'm just continuing with Mara, which is the 2nd book in the series. This is the key. Challenge 15, which means we are halfway, is to read a Gavin recommendation, and for this I decided to read Amari and the Night Brothers, My Voice Died by B.B. Alston. This one I bought specifically for this challenge. So like, it's totally new and it actually arrived, so there's that. And I heard marvelous things about this one. I know that Gavin loves it, and yeah, I've been planning to read it for a long time, so I was just like, it's the perfect opportunity. Challenge 16 is to read a contemporary, and for that I chose like my only contemporary middle grade that I have on my shelves, I think, at least like that I haven't read, and that is A Boy Called Hope by Lara Williamson. And it's about a boy who called Hope and his father doesn't love him, and it's sad. So I had this actually for a billion years because I read the synopsis behind it in the bookstore once upon a time, and then I bought it and I still haven't read it. This has to be a quick read or else I will be pissed because it's a contemporary. Challenge 17 is to read a book outside your favorite genre. For this I decided to read a classic, which is not my favorite, but I'm reading Peter Pan by G.M. Barrie, is that the name of the author, and I'm listening to the audiobook read by Lily Collins, so I'm excited for that, and I had the audiobook for a really long time. I don't have a physical copy, we'll get one eventually, but yeah, it will be one of 2 audiobooks since I'm reading one Wizard of Wands thingies. I haven't really planned to read any of the other books here on audiobook, which maybe was not my best decision, but we will see. Challenge 18 is to read a short book. For that I have chosen Percy Jackson and the Olympians Demigod Files by Rick Riordan, and this was like a companion book to like the first series, which I will be like my first book I will read like by Rick Riordan, even though it didn't come in order. Super short. I'm very happy about it. It's like 100 something pages maybe. That's what I need in life because I have so much here. So challenge 19 is to read a long book. So I found like a quite long book that I already had on my TBR, which is like, I'm gonna check. It's like literally 570 pages, which is quite a long book for a middle grade. And that is The Book of Dust, La Belle Sauvage. I cannot speak. Is it French? I don't even know. By Philip Pullman. This is, you know, the sequel, prequel series to his Dark Materials. I'm just reading it because I have it. I read his Dark Materials done early this year. And it's thick, so fit for the challenge. I don't like this challenge because I don't need this thick book. Might be doable one day if I go to work. If not, then maybe over 2 days, and that is a crisis. Challenge 20 is to read a book with your favorite color on the cover. After that I have The Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan. So this is the 2nd book in the Crane Chronicles, and it has like purple on here, which is my favorite, which is why it came later than the other one. And yay, you know, it's the second book. So I read the whole series. I don't know how many times I can tell you. For challenge 21, we have to read a scary book, and for that I just chose the last book in the manga series. Yes, that was the word. Last book in the manga series. This one, you know, follows nightmares and stuff, so it becomes a bit scary. Scary berry. I won't actually be scared, but it has like horror and dark themes over it, so I'm counting it. It was also supposed to be a 4th book, I think, but that never came. So this is like our end, and there's still so many answers we didn't get, and I will see if I get frustrated reading this as I was when I was a child. So there is that. Challenge 22 is to read a TBR veteran, which is a book that's been on your TBR for a really long time. For it, I chose Artemis Fowl by Ian Colfer, and I had like a really old Norwegian edition of it that I probably had since I was in children's school, and I still haven't read the book. I heard about the book from many years, so I think that fit really well for this challenge. And then I went to the bookstore and then they had the English edition, which is here, and I want to read it in English anyway, and so I bought it. But then I wanted to still show you, oh my god, this is actually a sticker. Oh, I want to take it off. Either way, I wanted to show you the old edition I had, but I can't find it. That's just like, I've been looking for it today, and I'll probably find it later when, like, you know, not actually needing it. I want to show you that it was old and ugly, but I can't find it. So yeah, I won't be reading that anyway, but technically, like, it's on my TBR for a long time. But I will be reading in this one. For challenge 23 is to read a book with winter vibes, and for that I am reading Frostheart by Jamie Littler. So this one I know Gavin really loves as well, which is kind of how I found out about it. And it's like it looks so fun, it has illustrations and everything, and it really fits for the challenge. So I bought it specifically for it. It's like a really cute flap, by the way. Really cute. So I'm excited to read it. I was excited when it came. It was like a really cute edition, even though like it's the cheap one and not the hardcover. But yeah, I am excited. Okay, so yay. Challenge 24 is to read a book that is a 5-star prediction. This is really hard for me because I really rarely give books 5 stars, and I didn't want to take a book I already read before because I feel like that would be cheating. But I chose a book by one of my favorite authors, so it might be a 5-star, just like a prediction, you know. That is Bobla by Cia Patterson. This one is The Bubble in English, and it's like her middle grade novel. She kind of also pitched it as like it's for all ages, so I feel like it could be middle grade, but I don't know exactly actually what it's about. It seems like a middle grade because it's like genred under that. So I'm just rolling with that vibe. I'm really excited to read it. It's like the only book I'm questioning myself by this author I haven't read. Is a Norwegian fantasy author. I really love all her books. They're so solid, and I'm excited to finally read it, which I had on my TBR since it came out, and here we are. So yay. Will I give it 5 stars though? I do not know, but it's like the most likely one here, I think. Challenge 25 is to read a book with a 2-word title, and for this one I am reading Scorched Dragons by Amy Kaufman, which is on its way, and this is the sequel to Ice Wolves Looking Up. Yes, so I have read the first book and I really thought it was fun, middle grade fun, and now I want to read the second book, which has been out for a while, so I'm excited to continue the series. I've been so good at continue series here. That's what I did when I picked up my TBR, by the way. I like to look through all the series I'm in the middle of that are middle grade and see if they fit prompts so that I wouldn't start so many new ones. Smart choice. Challenge 26 is to read a book that might surprise you, and for that I have another Norwegian really random book called Alma Feng and Solfangerne. I don't really know how to translate the title. It's maybe like Alma Feng and the Sun Capturers, something like that. This is Norwegian middle grade that I saw in a bookstore walking by, and it was on sale, so I bought it because I thought the cover looked cute. I had no idea what it's about, so I think I can hate it and also like it, so that's why a book that might surprise you, because I might surprised and really like it or not. Who knows? So that was the one that fit the most for this. I'm reading so many Norwegian things. That's cozy. And then for challenge 27, this to read a book with the same letter as your name in the title, I assume. Maybe the author too, I don't know. Actually like the challenge. That challenge, I don't remember like the rest of it, but either way, I am reading Believathon 6, which has this super long title that starts with an S, and I cannot read it even though it is Norwegian. It's like Sentrifugalkatastrofen, and I don't know what centrifugal is, but it's like something catastrophe, because I don't actually know what this word means, because I don't know. And it has like a sign sticker on it, and I cannot get it off, and haunts me. This is the final book in this series. I think I said that on the 5th book, but it is actually the final book. I am so confused if it actually is. It is actually signed off. That's why I bought this edition. This I will read in like 20 minutes or 40 or something. That's what I need in life. And I read the whole other series last year or something. Maybe one of them this year. So I want to finish it since I have it. And yay. It's like about a really smart kid, like in Artemis Fowl 2. That's like a trope, and I kind of like it. So challenge 28 is to read your most recent purchase. You literally just heard me say that I bought books for this readathon. So they would be my most recent purchases. But when I made my TBR, which is now a few weeks ago, I just looked into like my most recent books, and then I just saw the first most recent Middle Grade I bought would be the one I read for this challenge. So at the time this was my most recent one, but not anymore obviously, and that was Wondersmith by Jessica Townsend, which is, you know, the second book in the Nevermore series. And I just literally bought this when I was in my local bookstore, and it was on sale like super cheap, and I was like, oh my god, but it matches my other one, and then I just bought it. So that's why I actually bought it really recently. It's also continued a series I'm already starting this month, so I am very happy about that. This is good. So for challenge 29 is to read a book that was adapted, and this book I could actually also have read for childhood favorite, but it just became the book I adapted, and that is Darwin Chan, Circus du Freak by Darwin Chan. And this one, you know, it's about a boy who becomes a vampire. It's super short and tiny. I read it in high school, I adored it, and like in children's school I used a long time reading the whole series, okay? I didn't read it in English, I read it in Norwegian and bought it in the library, and now I bought this copy of the first one just so I can read it for this challenge. I have been wanting to like buy the whole series and reread them again for many years, at least like just own the whole series, just because it's one of the series I really enjoyed as a kid and I want to like own the books I really like. Here we have the first one. I almost had 2 on my TBR, but then it became so many books I had to buy, so that I change around my TBR a lot. I would have to buy as least as possible. And the 30th challenge, the last one, my voice is dying, is to read a cover by. And this one I bought in the bookstore when I was there many years ago. Like, I've been there since many years ago, but I bought it many years ago. And my friend Erica saw it and she was like, oh my god, this was really cute. And I was like, yes it is, so we bought it. Based on that alone, that's a really obvious cover buy. And that is Frog Kisser by Garth Nix, which also is the author of Sabriel, etc. And this one, it just seems like to be like a fairy tale thing, you know, with the frog thing. And it's, oh, it's so cute. This is so cute. Oh, okay, it wasn't that cute on the other side, but yeah. I had it for a billion years. It seems adorable. Let's read it and see if I like it after all these years. Yay. And that is it for my TBR. My voice hurts. That took ages for no reason at all. 35 books it is, I think. Yay. But some, as you saw, are really easy. So I think I could read some several days a day, or I will read like in a thick one and then read like a really short one after and just finish that short one. So if I have a thick one I want to go for several days, that's fine. And I have been reading quite a lot lately, so I think I will be okay. Why did I do this to myself? I don't know, but here we are. I think it will be fine. I said and laughed nervously while I wanted to go and cry. Joking. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm very excited to escape the jungle. We will escape it in style. You cannot go out of the jungle harder than this, I think. Okay, so I'll end this video here. It's probably really long, I'm sorry. And you see me soon in the video. Leave a jungle emoji down below. If there's like no jungle plants, leave like a monkey or something. I don't know what's in the jungle. Goodbye! You see me soon. I need to do the thumbnail now. I don't know how. Bye!